Hi, this is Charlie Despres again, here to talk to you about lead generation. And this is the first, or this is the second video really, if you saw the first one, but this is the first of two techniques that I'll describe. The first one, which is what we'll talk about here, is what I call the hitman philosophy, or how do you go out in the marketplace and literally find the right person in the right company to talk to who might be interested in your product. In other words, if there was interest, that person or that group of people would be the right people in the company. And this requires a lot of confidence on the phone, basically, which is what I do. And so it's one of the gifts that I have is the ability to get through to individuals in certain companies. And today there are a lot of firewalls, man. I mean, you send an email, you don't hear anything. You leave a voicemail, you don't hear anything. So it's a difficult task already. But when you finally get that person on the phone or that person's assistant, you got to know what to do. So the legacy way of doing things is really critical today. Sure, I talk a lot about the internet. It's very important, very powerful, but you've got to have this part of it down as well, because it's still people to people after all, right? It's not necessarily going to be a total electronic transaction here. It's going to be a person-to-person type thing. So I'm in the lead generation business. I do a lot of other things as well, but that's what my consulting practice focuses on, is providing information so you guys can sell more of your stuff to the marketplace. So the way I typically work is usually it's a complex product in a kind of a strategic marketplace where you are trying to place your equipment, products, services, and it's probably expensive. And so I spend a lot of time researching the accounts. If we set up a list of 25 or 50 companies to go after over a 6-month period of time, because it takes a while, then each of those companies are detailed very well. I network into those companies. By that I mean I use social networking to try to find the right people. And why is that important? Because I try to build some relationships online, believe it or not, before I actually contact them. Or I find somebody who knows someone at that company that I could refer to. It's an old-fashioned method, really. It's just using a little bit of a twist. Where in the past, I remember 30 years ago, my mentors would say to me, look, if you want to get to that VP or that director of research or that really important scientist, then find somebody who could refer you in. Boy, there's nothing like saying, hey, John Smith, thought it would be good for me to call you. And you know John, of course. And they say, oh, yeah, John. And boom, we have rapport. So I use networking to try to build that rapport, to try to figure out a way into these companies, and that's why it takes time. As opposed to picking up the phone and pounding on them, leaving messages after. That doesn't work. That's no good. That turns them off, and they're numb to you. You've got to create something, and that's what I do. I'll send them a note in the mail. Another old-fashioned technique. People don't expect that anymore. Something in the mail, it's usually junk mail or advertisements or bills or whatever. So I send them something personal in the mail so that they know something. And I'll also send them an email with video so that they'll see me and they'll say, oh, that guy. And so, ways to build rapport using legacy techniques as well as really powerful internet techniques in this initial market pass that I do. And so some companies hire me to just do this and proactively go out to the marketplace. Because let's face it, most companies today in life sciences are not marketing companies. Frankly, usually their websites suck. They're more informational as opposed to a sales piece. And so it's difficult for companies to generate leads, and typically companies do it the old-fashioned way, spend a lot of money at trade shows, and that's fine. You can still get leads that way. Nothing wrong with it, but it takes a lot of time. So what I do is I try to shortcut it a little bit, and if you don't have the bandwidth to generate those leads, I'm a service that can help you with that bandwidth. So that's the legacy hitman, very heavy on the research and networking, building rapport, relationship service that I offer to have a conversation with the right person in a company that says, yes, they're potentially a customer for you, they have an interest, or no, not right now. And that's okay, because even if it's somebody that says, nah, already using XYZ company, love them, that's fine. You now have a connection to this person who you will contact in your tickler file, which is a contact manager that whatever you use, so that whoever follows up on this contact does it methodically. Most of the time, and I did a survey on this, companies drop it and they're never contacted again. You got to restart the relationship stuff. So follow-up is key. And that's something that I really insist on with my clients. So the next video is about the other half of the equation that I do, which is using the internet to find people who are interested. So I'll see you there. I hope this was interesting. I'll see you later.